This is a 2005 Mercedes G500, purchased brand new in 2005 for $104,000. My partner's wife absolutely loved and adored this car. We will show you the VIN number. We noticed a few years ago that, 2 years ago actually, that the vehicle started rusting and rotting pretty bad all over the body, around the door handles, around the windows. And at this time we contacted Mercedes to see if anything can be done about it. We purchased extended warranty, and we also purchased extended paint protection. After we contacted Mercedes several times, one of the representatives told us because of a trip to Miami in 2006 or 2007, and because of the salt air in Miami, the vehicle started rusting in Cleveland. This was the response from main Mercedes headquarters representative. At that time we got very frustrated, and we started calling Mercedes of Bedford and headquarters back and forth, writing letters back and forth. Several weeks later we got a phone call from the manager telling us that they would like to take care of the rust and remove the rust from the body and the frame of the vehicle at no charge as a goodwill. We would like to demonstrate at this time the repairs, or the destruction, I want to call it, that was made by the body shop that Mercedes of Bedford took the vehicle to. We will start off with the underneath of the frame of the car. Right here, that's how the rust looked all over the car, but here you can see that they didn't remove the rust, they just spray painted it, or maybe even used a brush. Same on the other side. You can see right there, it's only been like a week or maybe a week and a half, and it's already starting, the paint is already starting to come off. There are missing pieces from the plastic here. You can see that there's no fixtures to hold it properly. Same with this piece of the bumper. Right here it's not holding. Right there. There's stuff missing, clips missing that's supposed to hold it down. Same on the other side. You can see the holes right here that are supposed to be there. Right here there's the original fixture that holds these two metal pieces together, and you can see on the other side they used several just different knots instead of putting the original parts on to put this back together. And if we go towards the front of the car, there are wires and tubes hanging. Usually they're supposed to be covered up. So everything on the vehicle was pretty much taken apart and then thrown back together. This time we will go around the different body parts on the outside of the car and the interior to show you how much parts were broken by the body shop at the time of the goodwill repair. And at this time we will start with the different parts of the body that were damaged at the time of removal and assembly of this car. This headlight frame, you can see that it's installed properly, it's not moving anywhere, everything is solid. If we go to the other side, you can hear even by the sound that it's missing clips and it's all wobbling. It's not in place properly, that's to begin with. And then if we go around the car, the paint of the car, after it was done, you can see orange peel pretty much all over. You can even tell in some places where there was bundle put on. You can also see some scratches very small scratches. I don't know if it was from the buffer or what was used to do the finish of the vehicle. We'll go further here. This molding on the door and pretty much all around the car, when they were removed, it was also clips were broken, and they used double tape to put it back on. In some parts you can actually see the double tape. Down here, when they were doing some maybe weld work or body work, I don't know exactly what happened, but the weather strip around the step here got deformed, and it's all screwed up, and also they broke this molding. You can even see pieces missing. On the other side, it does not look like this at all. This is basically broken off when they were putting it all back together. As we go towards the back of the vehicle, you can see this molding. There's supposed to be 2 more clips here. They were broken at the removal. It's all wobbling. Same with the other side. I can show you here. Barely putting any force to it. At any time now, this can fall off. Same with the tail lights. It's missing fixtures. It's all wobbling. When the vehicle hits any kind of bumps, everything on this car wobbles. It's like a big music mobile. When the bumper was put back on after painting, there's supposed to be special material put on the bumper here for the steps so nobody slips. They didn't put that back on. This molding right here on this side, you can see that it's put on pretty much the way it's supposed to be, but it's got a little wobble to it. But if we go to the other side, I can actually put 2 fingers in there, and this is not put on properly at all. We can also see, since we're on this side, we can see this molding. This is where I was telling you. You can see the double tape. This molding is barely holding on. Same with the moldings on the door and the other door. You can also see on this side, this door was removed, most likely for paint, or I'm not sure what they were doing, but I can actually put my finger completely through there. When you're driving barely 30 miles, maybe more an hour, you can hear a wind whistle in the vehicle, and God forbid if it's gonna rain or if you go into a car wash, water starts pouring in there. We will demonstrate that later as well from the inside of the vehicle. We can also show you paint right here on the back. You can see the scratches with the light pretty well right here. If you look close enough, there's spots where you can see where the bundle was put on. So the rust probably wasn't removed. I'm not sure exactly. They probably just covered it up and painted over it. At this time we will show you the rear windshield washer was put on, and at the time when you need to use it to wash the rear window, you can see that it sprays probably about 45 degrees over from the window. You can actually wash a windshield of another car that's driving next to you in another lane. Now we'll take a look inside of the vehicle. And at this time I would like to also go through the interior. To start with, you can see that the SOS emergency system, after everything was taken apart, it's not working properly at this time. It's asking for some kind of A drive to workshop. Let me start the car so you can see it. Basically this is on all the time, showing that the system is not operating correctly. It's always requesting to take the vehicle back to the workshop. Right here behind the rearview mirror, this plastic piece fell off as soon as we were driving off the dealership. It just pretty much fell off. You can see here the headliner wasn't installed properly as well. You can see how this is all wobbly. There's definitely clips missing, and you can see here that it's hanging pretty loose. If you look close enough, you will be able to see the double-sided tape right here sticking out. This is how pretty much most of the headliner, I'm guessing, was put back on. There were clips broken, so the ceiling is all wobbling everywhere. It's like this in the back as well. we will take video of that later also. The windshield was scratched, I'm guessing from different parts where they were taking maybe stuff off, and I don't know if they were not careful or if they threw the parts inside the car, but the windshield was scratched pretty badly all over this side. Also the glove compartment on the inside, I'm not sure what happened to it, but it's all scratched up as well. I'm guessing maybe stuff was taking off and somebody stepped on it, or I'm not sure exactly what happened, but it's all broken off, scratched up. And at this time we would like to demonstrate what would happen if this vehicle was to drive through rain or a car wash. We will show you what the car looks like from the inside when water is getting in. At this time you can see my associate is pouring water on the driver's side, and there's nothing getting in at all. It's sealed properly, so there's no issues as far as the door adjustment on this side. As he goes to the other side, pay attention. Right in this area you will see how water starts pouring into the vehicle. Right here. This is what happens out of goodwill. I just got some water on me actually. Goodwill Repair, drown your car at Mercedes. And at this time we would like to show some other things on the interior that were not put back together properly or broken at the time of assembly or disassembly. Keep in mind the vehicle was apparently ready 7 times. We tried to come back and pick up the vehicle 7 times. The car was washed and detailed twice when we were coming in to pick it up, and nobody ever noticed that there was water apparently getting into the car. The people that were washing it didn't realize when the seat was soaked that it was wet. This module for the seat adjustment does not work, so the passenger side, front side seat does not work because of the buttons here. I don't know if it was from when they washed the car or if it was from when they put it back together, but that does not work. We will also now be able to show you the headliner. You will see the headliner in the back as well as in the front is not attached properly. It's missing plastic clips, most likely. We took the vehicle to another Mercedes to get an adjustment, and they told us that all the clips were broken off and they have to be replaced. We will now show you the rear hatch or rear door plastic. You can see when they were removing it, there's probably some screws under here. They scratched up the door handle with a screwdriver or some kind of tool to get the plastic pieces off. They damaged that. They also broke this lock right here. It's all wobbly, and the plastic molding here in the back is broken. You can see it if you do a close-up. There's clips missing on the panel as well. It's all wobbling, especially on this side. Also, the Mercedes representative from the other location noticed that and told us that it was definitely not put on back together properly. Also on the front passenger door, you can see as well the molding is not put on properly. I'm guessing in this case they ran out of the two-sided tape and they didn't put it back on properly, but this whole door molding is not installed correctly. We will now go to the other side of the vehicle. The driver door was also damaged. You can see that it got scratched, and to that they told us that it's a used car. What can we do? Stuff happens. At this time, to pretty much finish up the whole long story that we just went through here, this was a goodwill acknowledgement or a goodwill repair made by Mercedes at a professional body shop. I just wanted the public to see what kind of treatment a customer would get and what kind of professional work and service a customer would get for buying a Mercedes for $104,000. Please somebody let me know if this was worth it, and thank you very much for your attention.